So here we are, it is now Thursday the 4th of November. The other day, the evening before my birthday was on Monday, on the 31st of October, the night before my birthday, I got the phone call through. This bicep is going to need full reattachment surgery. So the distal bicep tendon has snapped off the bone and it has shot up the arm. They're a little confused as to why the bicep has been moving the way it has, like I showed you in the last video. From CT scans, they've seen it, it is torn, it's done, and it needs full bicep reattachment surgery. So that means I'm going to be going in tomorrow morning for surgery. I'm in at 7:30 a.m. I'm going to be out, it's a day surgery, so I'll be out the same day around about 2 or 3 p.m. that afternoon. I'm going to be put in a cast for 2 weeks to protect the soft tissue and keep this arm completely immobilized. From there, after the 2 weeks, I'll be put into a brace, which will have like a ratchet system on the elbow, which will allow limited range of movement, like 20 degrees movement, and then that will be extended over time as we rehab the arm, giving that tendon time to bind to the bone and solidify that reattachment so it's not under too much stress for too long. But the brace time is going to be around about, I think it's 6 to 8 weeks in the brace, 2 weeks in the cast. We're looking at, you know, probably a good minimum, we're looking at 8 weeks before this arm is going to be free again. And that is a little bit scary. So yeah, that was my birthday celebrations got cut a little bit short. I had to cancel a ton of things because I had to get back midweek to have a COVID test to make sure that I'm okay to go into the surgery. The white tents of doom. She's coming with the doom stick. Hello.
Hello.
Is this an up the nose jobby?
And in the back of the throat.
Oh, lovely.
As well, yeah.
Right,
It's alright, okay.
This is what I get here for getting early. I get the nice one. I get the nice you. Later on in the day when you're a bit fed up.
No, I'm nice all the time. Just the same.
Well, thank you very much.
That's
That was way more pleasant than I expected.
Alright.
Have a lovely day.
Alright, you too. Yeah,
See you later. Well, I expected some eyes streaming, squinting. No, nothing. There you go. So yeah, if that's signs of things to come, a little bit happier about things. Now I'm very, very lucky though in the way this has happened. The medical service here has been amazing, getting me in quickly. And the guy who's taking over my surgery, Dr. Singh, is an absolute specialist. He works at a clinic up in Oswestry, which is north of where I am, here in Shropshire, and he works at a place where people basically travel from all over the world to get surgeries done. They're absolute specialists and it is all they do. They don't deal with sick people at this hospital. It's literally joints and limb issues. They are the best of the best, and I'm so lucky that that has been the way it's turned out with the person who's taken over this. I would like to thank Dr. Singh for getting me in for surgery so fast. He made sure he pulled a lot of strings to get me scanned quickly. He even put me in his books preemptively before he even knew the results, just to make sure I had a space in case it came out as it has, and that's the fact that we have had this distal bicep tendon full rupture, clean snap away from the bone. Yeah, this is it. A little bit scary. Thank you though for all the messages and everything that you guys have been sending on Instagram. They've honestly really boosted my confidence. A ton of you sharing your experiences with going under the knife. I've never had surgery on anything before that's required me to go to sleep, so I have been a little bit nervous about that. And obviously the fact that this is on my dominant arm, this is my right arm, I'm gonna have to become a lefty and learn to do a lot of new things pretty damn quickly. With that in mind, there's a couple of things that I definitely decided I need to be doing before this surgery happens, and that is some man grooming. So yeah, this is probably the best I'm going to look for quite a few weeks, because without this right arm, I'm going to not be able to do the hair fade. I'm not going to be able to trim my beard in that kind of detail. I'm not going to be able to style things. I'm not even going to be able to hold the hairbrush to blow dry things. So I'm going to probably end up looking like some crazy scarecrow. A bearded scarecrow, something you would find in a bush scaring birds. You know, luckily I was able to have a really nice birthday nonetheless. I still got to get away, which separated my mind from everything that's going on. I was able to escape. So I went on a little adventure for the birthday and stayed in this kind of log cabin in the middle of nothingness. And you were able to stargaze while sleeping in your bed because the whole half of one of the roof sections was just all glass. And obviously out there was no light pollution and just stars and deep, deep space as far as you could see. It was a great time. Managed to go to some charity stores, get some cool little purchases, and yeah, generally have a good time. I think it's very important when you're going through anything stressful to just get back to a little bit of normality and enjoyment and take your mind off the stressful thing that's going on in that moment of your life, because if all you do is focus on that and all the things that will start spiraling of what could go wrong, what's this, what's it going to hold me up doing, you start to get very closed-minded. So separating yourself from the problem, going out and doing normal things, gets that brain firing, gets it ticking, gets those synapses fueled up to give you some nice fresh ideas. Because if you're out in the sunshine, if you're out with people in the fresh air, you just tend to feel more elated and better anyway. We know that. You need that sun energy on your skin. You need it. You need the earth beneath your feet. So if you're going through anything like me, even if it's not as bad, if it's worse, just try and get those little things in, those little bits of reprieve every day. And the only reason I'm wearing this is so that I don't do silly things just out of automatic response, but I can actually move this arm really pain-free. So that sucks even more because I'm in this false sense of security where it seems like everything's okay, but I mean, you can see it's definitely not okay with the way this one tenses versus when you do this. You can see it's really flat up here. It's actually really high. There's like 2 inches of gap here. So when I go from there to tensed, you can see there's a big gap here and it's really high, the long head ball, when you compare it to the other side where it maintains much more of this deep depth and thickness of the muscle. It's this part of the muscle here that I think is really retracting up, staying very flat and not being able to work properly. So I'll be very careful, keeping it in this sling, making sure I'm not doing anything stupid. So getting away was a great thing because it helped me escape, take my mind off things for a little bit, and that's what I've been doing and I'm going to keep doing throughout this rehab. Going out on walks, getting out in the sunshine, the fresh air, not sitting inside just thinking I can't do anything. I fully intend to be here, bearing in mind I'm going into surgery tomorrow morning, which is Friday, fully intend to be here recording a podcast with Mr. Lewis that evening because I'm going to set the mechanism for the way I intend to get through this rehab. The healing and the rehab, up and at it, doing things, not sitting, not sulking, not moaning, not watching the clock tick by, doing things. It's going to be leg day every day, and we're going to make sure that we come out of this bigger and better than when we went in. Like I said before, everything happens for a bloody reason, everything. In the last video I went through that whole thing and how I approach things, so if you haven't checked that out, check it out now. But that is pretty much it for this video, other than let's go measure the tiddlywinky arm and see where it's at before, so at least we have a starting point to see how much it's going to shrivel and turn into a noodle and how much we can bring it back, and let's see if we can't get past where it already is at now and come back bigger and better, like we said. Okay, let's go find a tape measure. So we found a tape measure, found my mum. Hello Mum.
Hi.
Mama Griffin, who's been staying with me after she had her own operation, and so I'd like you to let's just get that up so you can see. There you go. Right.
Looking my best.
Absolutely. I like.
Thank you.
Yep. Hope you're happy with this. Is sympathy surgery that I'm having for you. Sympathy surgery. So we're going to measure this arm so that we can get a starting point. Then we'll see how much it's going to shrink, and we're going to see how much we can bring it back quickly.
Because it's going to be in a cast, so it'll shrink.
Yeah, and the rehab and braced. It's like 8 weeks.
Oh, 8 weeks.
So I'll do my left one first. So this is the good one. Obviously this one snapped, so we don't know if it's going to give a weird measurement. And this is unpumped, and I'm not going to lie, I haven't been to the gym for about 2 weeks because since he got hurt, I just haven't risked going in anywhere. So this is a pretty good comparison. So if you just pull that around, right on the peak of the peak. You've got to get under the big fat belly head. A bit higher. See there's a peak here, you've got to get on the peak. Every centimetre matters, Mum.
I know. 16 and a
There.
quarter.
16 and a quarter. 16 and a quarter for the good arm. Okay. Bad arm. How embarrassing would this be if the bad arm's bigger now? Or maybe it's got a better peak because of the damage. It's more.
Yeah, look. 16 and... Well, it's about
16
the
and-
same, actually.
16 and a quarter-ish.
Yeah, same.
Just over. Thank you, Mum.
Thank you.
So that's where we're at. 16 and a quarter inches is the starting point, and that is untrained for over 2 weeks, well, about 2 weeks. So it will be 2 weeks on the dot from when I go into surgery. From the time I got the injury to getting the surgery, it's perfect timing according to the surgeon, so that's really good. And a big thank you to everyone who helped me get in so quickly with the surgery. 16¼ inches, that is our starting point. And then we will also, in the next video after surgery, we'll get a starting point for the chicken drumsticks so that operation leg day every day can commence. So it is now 10 to 5. I'm gonna go edit this video, which you're now watching, and I've woken up in the morning. I will probably be on a surgery bed, getting choppity chopped. Not even getting a RoboCop arm. Remember I wanted a RoboCop arm ever since I was a little kid? No.
Can't have everything you want in life.
16¼ inches, Operation Noodle Arm and Chicken Drumstick Legs is in full flow. Make your own energy. Have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll get the podcast recorded on Friday night, as long as I'm not too dopey and drugged up. Until that, I'll see you after the old snip snip and chop chop. Boom baby.
This